Hi, and welcome to this week's episode. We're doing the Barbie Legacy Challenge, and this is our first Barbie for the housewife generation. We're gonna go ahead and start off our day with her, and it seems right away she wants a clean house. That's very fitting. Immediately spending some time trying to socialize on the internet. But, alas, we need some money. And since her goal is to be a housewife and not a career woman, we're not even going to bother finding a job. We're going to go fishing and see how that helps us with collection items and maybe some fish we could sell. You know, something that we could make do with for a little bit. Although clearly she's not enjoying it as much as she may enjoy some other activities. Oh, we got one on the line. Reel it in. And we have nothing. Oh, it may not be in the water, but I see a yummy catch walking up. Let's see who this sim is. That's right. Call him back, get his attention. Introduction. All right. Barbie has met Thomas. Also, the welcome wagon came by at this moment, and the only one who stuck around long enough to say hello after talking to Thomas was Heath, who has now just helped himself to our house. Well, he'll be there when we get back. Going back over to Thomas, it looks as though this other guy, dressed in a knight's costume, has decided to join the conversation. I wonder if there's a Ren fair or an event going on that we just don't know about. It seems as though everyone had a good time, got along pretty well. Taking a look at the relationship panel, this actually seems really promising. Maybe Barbie's gonna decide to marry for love. He might not be a big fish, but she could be happy. Now that he's gone, we're gonna go do a little bit more fishing next to Yadira. I have a feeling they're probably not having much conversation with one another. I'm not really sure if they would get along or if they would surprise us with how much they actually have in common. Well, fishing isn't going so well for us today. Let's try another route to making some quick cash. There is a small park right by her house, so Barbie decided to try and do some digging. Looks like she got something good. This plant was in bloom a little early. Go ahead and grab those flowers. Dig up this random mound of dirt. Not suspicious at all. Ooh, more plants. Then we head back home. Time to get a little bit of a snack. Since we do have to max out the cooking skill during this generation, I'm thinking not only will she make all the meals for the family, but maybe part of her initial push to try and earn some money will be to cook meals and then sell them at a yard sale table out front. We just need the initial funds in order to purchase the table. Ew, don't do that. That's gross. And then with your hands, even though you very clearly had salad tongs. Yeah, no wonder it's bad quality. Eat your earwax salad and think about what you've done. She decided to call Thomas right away and ask him out, but he wasn't available. Time to watch a little bit of television and relax. Might as well have the cooking channel on. I figure get the cooking done as quickly as possible so that later on we can fully focus on maxing out the parenting skill. That's something I've never accomplished before, so I'm not sure how difficult it will or won't be. We're gonna call it a day at 9 o'clock. The next morning, she woke up bright and early at 4:30, made sure to eat some food, and then we're gonna have an early start heading to the park away from home to try and make some more money. Maybe we'll have better luck fishing in an actual creek or pond versus the waterway by our house. And while she might not be very good at this, it looks as though Barbie has decided she loves the outdoors. That one's one to write home about at least. Time to do some more digging, gathering some minerals, and try our hand at finding some frogs. I think breeding them would also be an easy stay-at-home way to make a little extra money. Plus, if she's really super focused on her future children's education, it could be part of a science lesson that she gives them at home. At the end of this outing, Barbie was able to amass a decent collection of items that were able to be sold for a total of $404. Also, after running around the entirety of the park and sticking her hand into all sorts of wet and moldy logs and digging and chiseling, it was time to go home and take a shower. We finally bought our yard sale table. Time to bake soon. Immediately, we wanted to go on another date with Thomas, and he agreed to meet up with us. Everything seems to go really well initially. Lots of enthusiastic conversation, very interested in seeing one another. It looks like they actually, being sweet. And after a little while, I did let them just autonomously talk with each other since they seemed to be going in a positive direction. But I did not expect it to be quite as positive as it turned out to be, and Barbie is definitely not against some fun before marriage. So we'll catch up with them in a little bit. Afterwards, they were both very clearly still feeling high-spirited and lovey-dovey. You have to wonder if Barbie is like trying to fast-track her way to getting him into a marriage, because, we're not doing so well making money from searching for items, and if she's going to have 3 kids who do perfectly throughout their lives, she'll need to start sooner than later. Heath called us up and asked if he could stay over for a few days, and it seems like he might be another potential option. Let's see, he's here already. Let's go join him, see if any sparks fly, because as much as we like Thomas, it's good to have options. Well, he seems a little distracted, but they're getting along perfectly fine. I'm not sure where he's gonna sleep. I'm assuming on the sofa, because we don't have a guest bed. And that's a good future housewife, cleaning up all the dishes. I will say, they definitely are getting along well. And I know there's attraction involved, but they're giving me more friends than smitten, crazy, wanna rush into marriage vibes. The next day, Barbie woke up bright and early and started cooking multiple different meals to try selling at the yard sale table, see what's gonna do well. Unfortunately, she tried to eat some of the grilled cheese, so we'll just sell half a sandwich and see how that goes. But we're also going to make, looks like Heath cleaned up after himself, like a considerate house guest, made a nice big block of cheese, and then let's do one more meal for sale today. She seems to be enjoying cooking quite a bit, which is great. Is this a glimpse of what married life could be? Hanging out with the husband and cooking in the kitchen? So we're starting off, not too many options, but we'll see if it even draws much attention. We have some cheese and some chocolate cake, half a grilled cheese, and I'm not sure what the other item she cooked was. With that being the case and it being so early in the day, Barbie decided to go and cook a giant serving of vegetable dumplings in order to plate single serve a whole nother batch of food in the afternoon for sale. After the morning sale, it was time to eat some lunch and talk to our house guest, Heath. I wonder, is this going to make it difficult to decide for sure about Thomas? For the afternoon dumpling sale, we have quite a few more individual dishes available for purchase. During the sale, we got a phone call that was very suspicious, but it ended up giving us a surprise windfall of 2,500 simoleons. So even though we didn't quite make enough profit from the food sales in the morning and the afternoon, we're going to be able to buy a cat later today. Oh, look, it's our boyfriend Thomas. Not sure why he thinks he can just walk by. I guess it took him a minute to realize that was us at the yard sale. And of course, immediately being, why is that person taking pictures of us kissing? We're just being a romantic couple. No need to be weird about it. Why was that person taking a photo of them kissing? Just because they're being a romantic couple, there's no need to be weird about it. Let's take note of this person's name. Tori. Keeping our eyes on you. So it seems like the rain definitely put a damper on the sale. Probably don't want to keep trying to push food that's getting wet. So call it a day. With that being the case, let's go ahead and try to pick out a cat to adopt. Since one of the requirements for the first generation of the Barbie legacy is to have a pet. Oh, look at these adorable little kittens. Need to get to work on meeting them. So we're definitely going to put some weight into the decision on which of these kittens were immediately happy to meet us and which ones we ended up immediately getting, and which ones decided that they did not like Barbie right off the bat. Alright, we ended up with a little kitten named Bronco. The next day, we went on an early morning date with Thomas. This time, they decided to hang out at the park and have a little bit more activity and fresh air. Although leaving them to their own devices led very quickly to another adult escapade. These two just cannot get enough of one another. Afterwards, they decided to have some time being sweet, joking, laughing, and made the decision that yes, they've only known each other for a very short while, but they would like to move in together. So making that decision really does solidify that Barbie plans to move forward with Thomas and with all the excitement of this passion that they have with one another, and not entertain trying to date Heath and see how that could work out. Here's little Bronco waiting for us to get home. Thomas went to bed before us after he managed to scour the internet and find himself a job in the tech guru career. Yeah, no wonder. She's like, Barbie finds him very attractive, sleeping so happy with her current situation in life. The next day, they also decided to go out again. Before Thomas had to start going to work, he had a day to prepare for the job. They went to San Myshuno, enjoyed a little bit of time by the fireplace, and Thomas poured his heart out to Barbie and asked her to marry him. She happily accepted, even though it might be very quick, because they are absolutely head over heels in love with one another and feel like it must be fate. He also planned ahead to have a dress that would fit her there, so that there was no reason to delay. Would this be a red flag in real life? Absolutely. But this is Sims. And Barbie is about to have her version of a dream wedding. Neither one of them really have family around, so it makes sense that they wouldn't worry about guests or witnesses. They exchanged vows right as the sun was rising by a simple arch in a garden. As the fireworks went off in the sky, Barbie and Thomas ran home to begin their married life together. That is where we will end episode 1. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Looking forward to the next episode where we see Thomas start to work, Barbie really try to amp up her role around the house, as well as find out if they happen to have any surprise pregnancies with how much they can't keep their hands off of each other. Leave a comment below letting me know if you think Barbie is already pregnant or that won't happen for quite a later date.